Trigger Warning is a 2024 American action thriller film directed by Mouly in her English language debut. Released by Netflix on the 24th of June 2024. In the self-proclaimed nail-biting thriller, Jessica Alba stars as the formidable Special Forces operative, Parker, who trades her combat boot for a bar stool when she inherits her father's watering hole after his demise. When Parker refuses to back down from the ruthless gang terrorizing her hometown, the bullet starts flying and the real battle begins. This film vows to keep you on the edge of your seat, but will its intense action sequences and suspenseful moments truly deliver? The movie kicks off with Parker in the middle of a high-stakes mission in Syria, but her focus gets shattered by a message of her father's death. She returns to her hometown Creation, where she inherits her cherished bar, Maria. In this small town, Creation, the Swans family's grip on power is matched only by their involvement in the illegal arms trade. Jesse, the sheriff, and Parker's former love interest seem to be torn between upholding the law and protecting his senator father, Ezekiel Swan, and his brother, Elvis's shady dealings. Elvis, Jesse's brother, has been using Harry's mine as a front to smuggle weapons from a military depot, selling them on the black market after transporting the weapons through a secret underground tunnel. When Harry, Parker's father, discovers their scheme, he becomes a liability. In a brutal move, they silence him, staging his murder as an accident to avoid suspicion. Yet it was only the start of the Swan's woes, as Parker grew suspicious when she noticed unusual individuals lurking around her father's property. As she digs deeper, she uncovers the truth about the illegal arms operation and threatens to turn the culprits in. In a bid to keep her silent, Elvis sends his goons to burn down Maria, Harry's bar. Parker takes matters into her own hands, pursuing the perpetrators in a bid to get justice. She gets falsely accused instead and imprisoned. In jail, she learns the truth about the involvement of the Swan family in her father's death. When the Swans realize that Parker is privy to too many secrets, they try to take her down, but she outfoxes them, stalling them enough to escape in a police cruiser. Now, with the truth on her side and a score to settle, Parker sets her sights on exposing the Swans' sinister web of corruption and avenging her father's fate. The movie weaves a complex web of themes and messages that resonate beyond the final frame. At its core, the movie explores the corrosive power of corruption, highlighting the devastating consequences of the Swan family's unchecked power. The Swan family's ruthless pursuit of wealth also serves as a stark warning about the dangers of prioritizing personal gains over people's lives. Through Parker's journey, the movie also highlights the importance of courage, resilience, and the pursuit of truth in the face of overwhelming odds. Her determination to avenge her father's death and bring the Swans to justice illustrates how far humans can go for the people they love. The movie also touches on the theme of loyalty and the moral compromises that often accompany it. This is seen in Jesse's attitude of turning a blind eye to the crimes of his father and brother, despite his obligation to the law. The characters in the movie struggled with the themes of loyalty, betrayal, and redemption. This added some needed depth to the movie. The movie, Trigger Warning, falls short in so many aspects, and sadly the acting is not left behind in its catastrophe. Even Jessica Alba starred as the lead actor. Despite being a talented actress with a history of standout roles, her usually compelling presence seems to be overshadowed by numerous flaws, including a weak script and poor direction. Jake Weary, starred as Elvis Swan, the main antagonist, comes across as a more caricature than character, failing to bring nuance to his role. His performance feels one-dimensional, relying on tired tropes rather than the genuine menace. The rest of the supporting cast, including Anthony Michael Hall, portrayed as Senator Ezekiel, Mark Webber, portrayed as Sheriff Jesse, and Tone Bell as Spider, fares no better, with most actors struggling to make an impact. While the cast performances aren't entirely bad, it is a far cry from what they are capable of. Overall, the cast performance is a letdown, failing to evaluate the movie beyond its numerous flaws. Mouly's latest effort is a disappointing misfire. Despite her proven track record as a capable director, she didn't quite hit the nail on the mark with this one. The pacing is sluggish, endearing through a convoluted plot that failed to deliver on its promise. The action scenes lack in the tension and excitement expected of the movie. The writing is perhaps the biggest letdown, with the clunky dialogue and poorly developed characters that failed to resonate. Cinematographer Zoe White has an impressive reputation for delivering exceptional visuals in her work. Her work on the Hit and Run series, as well as her Will and Harper, showcases her remarkable skill and attention to detail. While the cinematography in Trigger Warning is decent, it lacks any out-of-the-box quality. The visuals, although serviceable, lack the wow factor that will elevate the movie to the next level. The camera work is competent, but it doesn't showcase any memorable shots. Even the action scenes, which should be the most visually striking, feel surprisingly bland and lackluster. Finally, the color palette is muted and unremarkable, failing to add any interest to the movie's settings. While the movie's location may not have been particularly noteworthy, it effectively served the story and its tone. Overall, the locations were a solid choice, even if they didn't necessarily stand out as the highlight of the film. The soundtrack in the movie featured some nice classics like Revival, composed by Josh Manash, Are You Ready to Rock by Charles Ingram, and Down on the Street by Scott Ashton. The score is nicely crafted with a mix of emotive and energetic tracks that enhance the viewing experience. The music is well suited to the movie's trope, adding depth and feeling to key scenes. Composer Ennis Rothoff has done a great job of creating a cohesive and impactful score that elevates the film. Trigger Warning has received largely negative reviews from both critics and audiences, indicating a big mismatch between the film's intention and its reception. The movie has failed to live up to its viewers' expectations, as many have dubbed the movie as an unimpressive and a waste of time. The movie's ratings reflect the negative sentiment, with a significant majority of viewers giving it low scores. It has been rated 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, 2 out of 5 on Empire Magazine, and a considerably better score of 4.6 out of 10 on IMDb. With its very numerous flaws, the movie has failed to resonate with both critics and audiences. In conclusion, I found the movie to be a disappointing and unfulfilling experience that failed to live up to its potential. Despite its intriguing premise, the film was marred by poor writing, lackluster action sequences, and unconvincing performances from the cast. The pacing was slow and plodding, making it feel like a chore to sit through. These weaknesses overshadow the movie's few redeeming qualities, including its thought-provoking themes and memorable soundtracks. While these elements briefly revive the movie, they are not enough to save it from its overall mediocrity. Overall, I would not recommend this movie to anyone, as there are far better ways to spend your time, and the movie is not worth the investment. But while the movie falls short in many areas, it may still hold some appeal for fans of Jessica Alba. Despite the film's overall disappointing quality, her presence and performance may be enough to draw in viewers who are fond of her work. It may also appeal to viewers who enjoy low-budget action films and anyone who probably didn't have high expectations of the movie to begin with. And that's it! If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel to watch the latest and exclusive movie reviews. If you have any requests, thoughts, or recommendations for movie reviews, just drop them below in the comment section. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.